I'm still not getting used to that voice.
Recording
Okay.
in progress. Please start the podcast.
I was recording a progress. I was like, I don't like that, but I'm good. I'm gonna have to use it. It's like an assistant. Okay, fantastic. We are here again. Welcome to this podcast. Welcome to the show. This is my name is Spencer, and this is
Oh man, is this thing on? It is on. Is this thing on? Hold on.
what?
Ah, right on the face. It
Ooh.
is on. What are we drinking?
All right, you
Oh,
first. You first.
all right, let me pour it. Can you hear that, people? That is the beer going in the glass for you in the audio world and not the video world. But you can find this on video on Spencer's channel as well. Please check it out.
Oh,
All
thank you.
right. What do we have? I got this for my birthday. My good friend here, Rob, he bought me some good beers. We drank half of them last night when he gave them to me, or for Christmas. And then this is a high wire lager, American lager, light and crisp from High Wire Brewing out of Asheville, North Carolina. Not too far from here. Asheville, kind of like San Diego.
Nice.
Lot of microbreweries. Like obviously San Diego is much bigger than Asheville, but for the size, they've got some good breweries. Anyway, who are you here with? Hey, this is my name's Tony. Some people know me as Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 plus. Some people know me as Anthony. Some people know me as Dad. Some people know me as husband. Some people just think I'm weird, but here I am hanging out with Spencer.
Thank you so very much there, Tony, for joining me here on the podcast. We discuss, any topics that's usually not just a specialty, but honestly, what's close to the heart. It really is. And
Yeah, for sure.
I did get a chance to draft up some questions for you, kind of just
Yeah.
share to the world something special, something nice. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to the podcast, man. It's great to have you.
But I appreciate you having me on. For people that don't know, about I don't know 2 years ago, I started stalking Spencer for no reason on his channel. I think I want to say Daniel Pasquale is how I connected to you. He had No Small Creator videos.
Nice.
He's out in LA, and you were commenting, and I started checking out some of your videos. I was like, oh man, this dude's in Japan, like just doing his own thing. There was turtles, and there was the little magnet letters on refrigerators, and you were making words, and every video was like different, but like it was just like honest living. And I was like, man, I'm interested in that. So I just kept commenting until you acknowledged my existence. And then over the 2 years, we've oddly became social media friends, turned into meeting in South Korea real friends. So here we are. And I
That
think
was
that's
nice.
pretty cool.
That was kind of nice. Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. You've honestly kept, what do you call this? The fire brewing here. You're one of the top, on the top of the list for YouTube creators that I've kept in touch with. And that felt like, deep within me have felt that there's something in within me and believed in it and still kind of do, which is really nice. And we've stayed in communication. And if it weren't for that little No Small Creator group, that community that we've met.
So
Yeah.
all if you create anything, you're a creator.
Yeah.
Like whether it be big, whether it be small, there's no such thing as a small creator because you created something. That's equal creation. Its impact may not be equal, but you still created something out of nothing.
And that's how this podcast's theme is all about
Yeah,
is
it
meeting
is.
people.
How do you meet people? Like
I-
when does a relationship become a relationship or a connection or an arrangement or whatever it is? I think
Yeah.
it's all very interesting and connected.
That is our theme today. So let's start with that question. How do you meet
Oh
people,
man,
Tony? How do you
how
meet
do I?
people?
So let's talk. I guess there's a couple different realms to do it, right? There's the work, right? So you've got the people you meet at work. We all know these people. And sometimes you're friends with these people or you're perceived friends with these people. So in my line of work, I've probably worked with, I don't know, 40 to 70,000 people over the last 26 years. And in that time, I have made 5 friends. You're like, man, how's that possible? Right? 5 friends out of that many people,
Honey.
But
Yeah.
when you work with people, you can get along with them, you can be friends and all that. I choose not to assess work friends as friends until somebody moves away. One of us has to go. And if we're still talking and we're still communicating, we're still interested in each other after one of us moves, man, we are friends. If one of us moves and like that's it, yeah, man, remember what's his name? He was great. No, man, just a work colleague, right? So
You remember what's his name? That's true.
yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's a good one.
So there's topic 1, like work friends. They're not friends until you're not working together anymore. Like that sounds cold-blooded and messed up, but that's what I believe.
Actually, I like that. I'm gonna start using that because a lot of people here in Japan, they do what it's called. I don't know. You've lived in Korea, so I'm sure you've seen transfers in and out into the country, out of the country, and even people who weren't, in your line of work. As a teacher, especially here in Japan, there's this phrase that I hear all the time. It's called "here for a year," and it's exactly what it sounds like. Right?
Yeah.
And
right. So like you've been there what? How many years now? 4 years? 5
4 or
years. So in
5,
5 years, how many people have you worked with?
I don't know. It's like a dozen a month, right? A dozen a month.
Okay.
A dozen a month.
So out of 12 a month, how many are you talking to more than once a month?
That's a good question. Now with that rule, it's probably like 5.
Yeah. That's what it is, right?
It's like
that's
5.
what it is. Yeah.
And it's funny because I captured a lot of moments with random teachers over the years on my YouTube channel, right? And sometimes when I review these videos or some people reach out to me, I'm just like, wow, like you are a good friend, right? Like, that's what it was.
I did like you. We were cool. But like it's a thing, like are we friends because we happen to be next to each other? Are we friends because we actually have the same interests? Are we friends because it's the cordial thing to do because we work together? That's why I choose not to make an assessment until afterwards. I try to be cool with everyone. I'll drink a beer or go hang out or do whatever with people and be respectful. But I don't know who you are to me and who I am to you until one of us is not available. But it's just weird. Man, what was I going with that? You said something that you think my brother, but what were you saying? Oh man,
learning from fathers.
Oh, learning from fathers. So when we were younger, we had this debate, like, what is a perfect human? Well, my brother's real fucking Spock and logical. He's like, oh, a perfect human could shapeshift and do this and do that because they'd be able to use the full function of their brain and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, that wouldn't be human. Like the perfect human to me is someone that makes a mistake once, never, ever makes the same mistake twice. Would be the perfect human.
Good luck.
Yeah, but that would be it, right? Could you learn from your own mistakes and not do it again? That would be the ultimate human experience.
Yeah. I think it takes a lot of taking the L's. I think a lot of repeating the mistake to learn from it.
Dude, there's 2 ways to learn, right? There's 2 ways to learn. There's repetition and extreme traumatic event. I don't want either of those. No. Repetition takes time and extreme traumatic event burns. Right. So here's the best way to assess my skating. You ready? Go. If I've skated, it's in a video, and I have 99 videos. So just some perspective. Very few sessions have I ever had where there wasn't one clip put into a video, because I started my channel the same time I started the videoing. So it's all outside the ollie. I started to learn how to ollie on my 41st birthday, December 2017. I posted my first video in February of 2018. So there's a 3-month gap, really a 2-month gap, December 21st to February 19th. Nice. Every session I've ever done is in one of those videos, and I currently just uploaded video 99.
Because at the time, skate videos were made for one purpose and one purpose only.
Sponsorship.
It was an audition tape. It was an audition tape, right? It was like, we're making sponsor me videos is what they were
Yeah.
called. I'm pretty sure you heard the name, and people
Yeah.
who are of this realm know exactly what
Well, you got
those
to remember,
were.
I grew up where you grew up. I went to elementary school through high school with Willie Santos. I went,
Oh,
like, my daughter's name is Tori Pines. You know, obviously Tony Hawk went to Tori
yeah.
Pines.
Tony Hawk, anything. Anytime there was a podcast with him
Yeah.
recently.
Oh, he's got
Uh
a new one, Hawk versus Wolf. They just
oh,
had Rodney Mullen on last week.
I gotta check that out. I
Yeah,
love me
Rodney
Rodney
Mullen came
Mullen.
back from Europe. He's been living in Europe for a while, and he came back from Europe and sat down with him. And man, if you want to hear a genius talk, just go listen to Rodney.
Oh yeah, that guy's the definition of genius of our day and era. Like literally someone who couldn't speak their mind. Like when he was much younger, he couldn't like communicate the words,
Yeah,
but his he all of it was transcended in his skateboarding. Like he was able to communicate through skateboarding where you're like,
yeah,
I don't really like honestly the interview was very like afterwards he would always just be like, yeah, like I did the thing.
yeah, yeah. Have you watched his TED Talks?
I saw his TED Talks. Yes.
So, like, the idea of, like we talked about earlier, taking those L's, right? He's
Yeah.
talking to some of the most successful business people in the world. And he starts off with a video of a bunch of skateboarders just slamming to the ground. And he just looks at it and he goes, "Those are my friends." You know? And then the whole talk is about you try things and you fall and you get up and you make a small minute correction and you try it again, and you fall and you make a minute correction, you try it again. You just keep making these micro corrections in mindset and foot placement and shoulder placement, whatever it is, until you get it, and you roll away. And so many people are scared of trying and slamming these days that it almost paralyzes them from trying anything. How
Yeah.
are we going to progress as a people or in your own business or whatever you're doing if you're not willing to fail? If you're scared of failing more than you're thriving to succeed, you're never going to win.
I was like, I'm so scared. And I was like, I think that's
Yeah.
the point. I think that when you're scared, that's what you're supposed to do. I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. And I think I
Being
found it.
uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is, man, if you can learn. I was in the school for a year, and one of the assistant commandant of the school, he said, the hardest part about your job is that there's not black and there's not white. There is, but if you just follow those, you're not going to be successful. Can you learn to operate in the gray? Can you be comfortable with the uncomfortable? And if you can figure out how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, you'll be one of the most successful people out there.
Thank you for this. I really do appreciate you, Tony.
No, thanks for having me on, man.
I can't, I can't thank you enough when it comes to, this awesome process that, maybe this was the moment I needed, right? Maybe this was it. Maybe who knows? The 2021 is going to be a new 2022, excuse me, is going to be a new a year where I just really take it to like the next level. And you were part of my, onset from the get-go. Like you
Just
believed in me, and thank you
I'm
for
a
all that.
I'm a firm believer that if you really want to find success or assess your success, look to your left and your right. If you're alone, you're not being successful. If you've got people that you're bringing along with you, you're probably on the right track. You know. No, it's awesome. Appreciate it, man. It's been
Thank
fun.
you.
And we'll do it again, even if
Yeah.
it's not on the camera, whatever. We got Zoom, we can BS, we can bounce ideas off each other,
Yes.
and you can tell me what to expect when I change my career here for the first time in almost 30 years, because that's scary. And I'm gonna fight age discrimination too. Who wants to hire a 50-year-old that's done the same thing for 30 years?
I
We'll
will.
see.
I was like,
know?
I will. I was like, what's your hobby?
Yeah.
Skateboarding? I was like, hired.
Yeah. All right. Minimum wage. Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you so very much for jumping up on the podcast. Guys, check out Adventures in Skateboarding.
At
Links
40
down in
plus.
the description at 40 plus. At 40 plus, I met him as Progression in Skateboarding, but he changed it to Adventures in Skateboarding. Tony G, everybody in the house, fantastic, fantastic young man. have him here
So
on the
young,
podcast.
so young.
Right? It proves it. There's a point where you can't stop learning, you can't stop loving, you can't stop doing what matters to you. Find that fulfillment, and Tony here has done nothing but share those experiences. And don't let this be the first and only. I'm gonna have him here on the podcast again, on the channel again, because I'm just trying to go through a long list of folk that I believe are just phenomenal human beings that I want to capture moments and be like, look, this person's amazing. The whole world needs amazing people. I love people. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out together. Thank you so much, Tony, for joining me today.
Oh yeah, stay rad, man.
No, for sure.